We basically went out at that point and said, all right, let's go use iRise. And again, speed to market is important on this. Now let me just give you a clue. For every new account opening that we were doing in our branches, we were spending 2+ hours. And that was if the FA, the financial advisor, or their client associate was not interrupted. If they were interrupted, they had to start over. So we were just chewing up mega time on producers to open up new accounts. So we went out and financially structured the transaction to get iRise and said, all right, let's go try to do this. Essentially, we started the project, and we anticipated when we started it that it might take 2 years to get this done. And, we then came back, carved back the project, and said, okay, we think it could take 89 weeks to get this done. We finished it in 45 weeks. So 50% reduction in the time of delivery. And that's what I preach. If you're going to do a technology project from a business side, yes, the cost of doing the project is important, but the time in getting it delivered is just as important to me, because if it's important enough to finance it from a business perspective, then it better be something so valuable that I want to get it in there and implement it sooner, because it should have a payback either in dollars and cents, productivity, or new revenues. So that's essentially where we were trying to focus. We got it done in 45 weeks. And everyone said, well, where's the bennies? The user requirements, believe it or not, went from 18 weeks to 3 weeks to getting it done. We then took that delivery and went out and did our business and technology elaboration and focused around how we were going to get this done. That went from 9 weeks planned to 2 weeks. And essentially, we had a unique problem. We did not have the resources to get it done, so we outsourced it. And the outsourced development on it, we estimated it would take probably the coding 22 weeks. We got it done in 18. It's not that big of a save. But the real answer that came back was when we started looking at the code and the error fixing, that went from 18 weeks to 9 weeks. So think about where the time essence was. Quicker to get the user requirements, fewer mistakes. Why? Because the outsourced organization could build the code, see what popped out, and compare it against the virtual visualization prototype that was out there. And the time in the rollout, because we had the prototype and because I was pushing like crazy, we started using the prototype to do training. We had to roll this out to 27,000 people. And the sooner we got it out to them, the better we had. And that's our financial advisors were 16,000. We had another 11,000 client associates. So we started training using the prototype. And then did a refresher course the minute we were going to roll it out. And we found that it worked very effectively because essentially we were able to speed the market, but they also got 2 bites at the apple from a training perspective. So what were the results? Well, we anticipated the time we saved about $2.5 million on the project. And everyone's taking a lap saying $2.5 million. $2.5 million is great. But the real value on it was we were speed to market 9 months earlier. Okay? And if you annualize it times the number of people doing it, we created 50,000 hours per year of increased productivity with our financial advisors and our client associates. So at the end of the day, the real payback on all this wasn't the delivery, and it wasn't the cost. And by the way, both of those were great things to have. But the real value was what we saw happen in our revenue.